A first stage win at the Vuelta a España for Alberto Dainese, and true to form, he has left it late. It's why we call him the dark horse, Dan. The first couple of sprints of any Grand Tour where he's won a stage, he's down in maybe 100th, 66th position. And then, come the final week, that's it, he goes.
I'm starting to wonder if it's deliberate. He's like, well, no one's going to be watching me in the last week, given my lack of results of the first two. But like you pointed out, he's done it at the Giro for the last 2 years. It's come late in the day, his win at the Giro D'Italia, and he's done nothing really beforehand. And exactly the same thing today. I mean, he was helped in a way by that crash, as nasty as it is to say it. Caden Groves would have been the big favourite for today's finish, but you've got to make the best of whatever situation you're in. And I think he probably would have benefited from an amazing lead-out by Ineos Grenadiers.
Yeah.
I was wondering why they hit the front so early, but they were so strong, they managed to control it all the way in towards the finish. Still meant that Ganna had to go very long, and I think that did play into the hands of Dainese, who could afford to stay out of the wind a little bit longer, time his sprint to the line a little bit better, and it worked out for him. And there's a lot of emotion there.
Yeah.
I expect he had his own question marks over his form and what he was capable and whether he could win a stage or even be up there in the last couple of sprint stages here. It clearly meant an awful lot to him to take that victory today.
Yeah, he's a rider who doesn't give away an awful lot, Adam, other than with the excitement and jubilation of celebration. But when we see him before a stage, he's not bringing any of that traditional classic swagger of a sprinter. He almost looks quite sad, I think, every day before he takes the win. So you never know, I guess, how much you can read into that and whether he believes in himself or not.
I think he would do, but I think you can imagine for him, each Grand Tour that he's been to, he'll come out with confidence.
Yeah, eventually.
And he'll go in with confidence, but he'll, after the first sprint day, the second
roller coaster.
Yeah, he'll just, oh, God, I can't do it. So it's probably just, you know, before the stage, it's like, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I don't want to, you know, push myself too much. I know I can do it, but I just need it to go right. And it's always the last week that we've said it always goes right for him. So you can imagine, yes, coming out of this and heading towards Madrid, he will be confident, but if he didn't get that stage win today, I can imagine he'd be like, oh, my God, this is my last chance.
Maybe you should pull out now in case the confidence dips back down before the end of the Grand Tour, because he'll want to be confident through this win. He's changing teams, actually, isn't he, next year? So, you know, they're going to be very happy as well. But so will DSM. He's been with that squad for quite a long time. I meant to look at how many wins he's had as a pro rider now, because it's not that many for a sprinter. But he's now got 3 Grand Tour stage wins to his name. So if you're not going to win many, do it like he's doing.
Yeah.
It's at the biggest races in the world.
Yeah, make them big. As you say, he's leaving that team, but really lovely demonstration of celebration from his teammates there, and a reminder, as if we needed it, that a sprint win is always, almost always at least, down to the team. The riders who were caught up in that crash, bruised, bloodied, battered, and they're obviously getting the news on the radio that he has won and celebrating all the same. It's quite a dramatic contrast to their physical state, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think Robin McEwen gave a good description then, like it's the best natural painkiller in the world.
Yeah.
You're picking yourself up off the deck, looking at your wounds, etc. And then over the race radio, you hear that your teammate has won the stage. So I'm not sure I've ever seen something quite like that before. That's Chris Hamilton on the left-hand side, another DSM rider who has taken a bit of skin off, not just his elbow, but his face there as well. But they're still there, waiting to get back on their bikes and finish the stage. But they've heard that their teammate has won and they're elated.
Yeah, it's his 6th career win, I'm just being told, in my ear. And we can show you what we're talking about in terms of Alberto Dainese being such a dark horse and the finishes that he has before he gets to that stage. And I think we can maybe bring it up, Adam. But this is what makes him so remarkable. And you know, we all overlooked him for the stage win today. I would like to give credit to Dan, but Dan was the last pick, and he was the last of the sprinters to pick, really.
He was, yeah. This is the Giro D'Italia, and they're the sprint stages and position he came in, so 155th. You can see not even in the top 30 until that final sprint stage anyone. Then there's the 2022 one, and you can see 7th, 9th, 54th, 51st, and then it got all the way down there until he won one again. So it's almost like he rides himself into form and just pushes on through, knowing that I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. But it must be difficult mentally just to come there as a sprinter into any Grand Tour and not get any results, but then just be like, right, bam, I've got one now. But for a team, that can be difficult as well, because you have to always try with him, because you know he can do it. But each time that they try and he doesn't even get in the top 50, whatever it might be, they'll be like, Well, that was a waste of time. Can't keep doing that, but they keep doing it for the reason that they know he will eventually do it, and the proof's in the pudding, he can do it.
I should point out that graphic, of course, referred to sprint stages. I don't think it would be much of a surprise if a sprinter finished 133rd on a mountain day. They were all sprints. Today, though, was the day where he crossed the line first with his arms in the air. Here is today's stage winner, Alberto Dainese.
Yeah, I was really lucky to lose a couple of guys in the crash. But till that point, I was in a perfect position where I wanted to be, and I knew it was a bit headwind, so I let Ganna and the other guys just go a bit early, and then I was waiting for my moment to go on the wind, and yeah, I'm super happy to finish a hard Vuelta in this way.
Giro D'Italia stage winner before, now Vuelta España. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, it's really nice for sure. I really wanted to end the season in a good way, and also to end my adventure with DSM in a good way. Obviously, this feels really special because of that. And today I felt a lot of pressure because I knew there was kind of the last opportunity for a sprint. And I really want to say thanks for the team. They did a good job.